So I have also some partners to share this roundtable with me. João Fernandes from Amendoeira Golf Resort, a huge expert and the former president of the tourism board. André Matos from Vila Vita, and also Luís Segura from the tourism board of Algarve. Okay? Good afternoon to all of you. So we are here to discuss about sustainability and transformative experiences. And one of the things that I would like to, we are working with a very huge and very broad concepts. And one of the things that I would like to understand is what we are talking about. We are talking about sustainability. We are talking about transformative experience. Are we really going on holidays and we get back home completely transformed? How we do it? So when we were in the time of COVID, we were sharing a lot of photos and pictures showing to everyone that the places are very quiet, very helpful, very relaxed, and we could be transformed when we are able to come back. But it seems that we forgot all of this, and we are coming back to lots of people, tons of people around museums, monuments, restaurants, and so on. And we are also trying to increase more and more and more the trips. We are talking about over-tourism. I think that we need to talk about overpopulation, not about over-tourism, because when we start to talk about over-tourism, what we mean is that we are too many to live in the Earth planet. So we are not surprised to have too many tourists around, because what we have is too many population in the world. So better to start to occupy a new planet. But anyhow, when we are talking about sustainability and we start to measure sustainability on tourism board, Luís, sustainability is a very broad concept. As Richard Buttle told some time ago, is a kind of dumb concept because it's everything and is nothing. How could we measure sustainability? What is this all about? You have, okay.
Hello?
Yes? Is working?
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the invitation. I would like to greet my fellow panel members, especially, if you allow me, especially my former president of the Algarve Tourism Board. It's a pleasure. It's the first time. It's not that common, but I want to greet all the other members. And I want to take a trip. I had a marvelous conversation with the. Okay, thank you. I had before 20 minutes ago, I had a most marvelous conversation with Professor Antónia about the themes that we're going to tackle here. We almost coincide 95% of the time. I'm worried about the 5% that we didn't agree. I hope she doesn't point it out during the conversation. But regarding the question, when I came to the university 20, 30 years ago, I look younger than I am. When I came to the university, sustainability was a catchphrase. It was something that everybody was talking about. Everybody was beginning to integrate in the speech, integrating in the studies, integrating on the answers on the tests, but not really really grasping what sustainability was. These are old times. Nowadays, sustainability, it's a thing that we can measure. It's a thing, so the answer is yes, of course. It's a thing that we can measure. It's a thing that everybody, mainly here in the audience, everybody knows that we must focus on economic dimension, on social dimension, environmental dimension, on the cultural dimension, and through these dimensions we can try and measure sustainability. It's not a catchphrase any longer. Regarding tourism, and to answer your question, regarding tourism, the UN Tourism, the new World Organization for Tourism, UN Tourism, they released 12 aims for sustainable tourism, meaning that we all know that inside those dimensions we have key performance indicators that allows us to really grasp the performance of destinations, of countries, of regions. We can really start to focus on those themes. Employment, social equity, managing resources, environmental efficiency, those are key performance indicators that we can use to measure the sustainability of tourism destinations. More. For hotel units, for tourism operators, for destinations, for all the stakeholders of the tourism ecosystem, the UN Tourism released 40 criteria to manage sustainable management, and the tour operators, the operations, the hotels and destinations. More recently, and this is brand news, for me it's brand new. Last March, the UN Tourism, released the MST, the proposal for the MST, which are a statistical framework for measuring destination performance on sustainability, to measure the impacts and to measure dependencies from the ecosystem to the tourism activity. This is why this is useful. Everybody knows the power of statistics and the power of monitoring indicators. This is useful because it provides comparable data throughout the world for people to try and measure the impacts of tourism destination, of tourism activity. Also provides a mean to really ensure that the local community is benefiting from tourism. And mostly to provide information, to provide reliable information to help shape the policy at national level and, of course, measure the decision making at destination level. I could go through all the indicators. They are new, so we are not very familiar with them, but just for you to know that in these dimensions we have now a set of indicators that can be used to measure tourism and to measure sustainability.
So we are talking about performance, and regarding performance, we know that Amendoeiras own the World Travel Awards again, so it's I'm very happy with it. But still, golf has been accused and keeps on being accused that is not sustainable at all. Are you able to figure out how you are able to be sustainable?
Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for the invitation. Congratulations to Algarve Tech Hub for this wonderful initiative. And I must say it's a pleasure to be here on the stage with my former teacher, my former colleague, and my nowadays partner, because Vila Vita is a very good partner of ours, of our resort. Well, the commitment to innovation and to sustainability in Algarve golf courses is not recent. If we bear in mind that in 1998, the first golf courses in the world to be certified by the ISO 14000 were the Vila Moura golf courses by Lusotur. So we were pioneers back then. And following that very good example, nowadays, everyone at the golf courses has his mindset focused on water, energy efficiency, or waste management. As a matter of fact, in the case of Amendoeira Golf Resort, we have just been certified by the Green Key, and we have also been recognized by the ESG, Environmental Social Governance certification. So we are not fooling anyone. It's not greenwashing. It's a proper mindset. I remember also 24 years ago, as an environmental engineer, I was training greenkeepers to matters such as environmental impacts in golf courses 24 years ago. So who was the other activity that was investing in training their employees in matters such as this 24 years ago? Also by those days, I was managing a wastewater treatment plant at Quinta do Lago. And we started to use wastewater treated to irrigate the São Lourenço golf course. And by then, already the golf course of Salgados was using the same kind of water. Nowadays, it's a widely adopted solution for many golf courses, and I don't see other sectors using it. So we are pioneers in many ways. Also, for instance, chemical products that are used in the maintenance of the golf courses, they are certified and they have to meet very strict criteria in terms of the impact they cause on golf courses. And you can imagine that this was imposed by the state, but it wasn't. It was a proactive initiative from the Portuguese Greenkeepers Association. So these rules came by the initiative of the sector. Golf courses are also well studied in terms of biodiversity. So now many of those are considered to be nature sanctuaries because they have such a richness in terms of fauna and flora, and we do care about it and study it. It's common today that golf clubs encourage children from the neighboring communities to play golf, to learn the game, in order to bring this opportunity closer to residents. It's also a common fact that in golf courses, many are holding tournaments in order to raise funds to address local social causes. And also we have to consider that the most important activity in Algarve to mitigate, that contributes to the mitigation of seasonality, is golf. It creates jobs and it brings consumers to hotels, to supermarkets, to taxis, to rent-a-cars, to bars, to restaurants, to local shops in off-peak season. So when we talk about golf, we are not talking about new Christian, as we say. We are talking about a sector that has been addressing the economic, the social, and the environmental pillars of sustainability from the start.
Thank you. André, you are in one of the most luxurious resorts in our region. Vila Vita is a true Jewel in Portugal, in Algarve. Could you say that staying in Vila Vita is a very transformative experience, and why it is a transformative experience? What are you doing different from the others?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here. For me and for the company, it's a pleasure to be represented with this fantastic panel. And in order to fulfill the time, let's say like this. I think that we have to see always the big picture. So the big picture is all the business have to be sustainability, because sustainability is not just a slice of a piece of a cake, it's all the cake. So in order that I can tell, for example, that we have to use this word that is the commitment. The commitment that have to come from the top to the down of the pyramid, of the chain of the company. And then have to use the engagement of all the employees. And then is the trust. We have to trust in the project. When we trust in the project, with the engagement from the top, from the down of the pyramid, with the commitment to the society, with the earth, with the planet, with the child, with the schools, with everyone, we can fulfill what we want. Because we have in our hands technology, we have companies, we have factories, we have knowledge, we have enough tools at the moment with us that we can make the difference. Then is, of course, we have, thanks God, in our company, Mr. Gillig, the GM, that have a vision, and the family Paul that is committed with all the question of sustainability, that are the first to impulsionate and put us in a different level. And when we put in a different level, the guest that is in Vila Vita, 95% of the sustainability is the known, nobody see. They feel in the experience. For example, we all know, we will not discuss if the electric fleet is the right or not. Is the trend. Now, there are studies that prove that we have to move for an electric fleet. And yes, to have a van, to do a transfer to the airport, to the hotel, the footprint will be less impact to all of us. And then we'll see in the experience, it's outstanding. No noise, comfort, time to think, to see, to read, to start to understand what Portugal can bring to us, and then they arrive to the hotel. Then when they are having a shower, yes, Algarve is one of the towns that have the problematic of the water, known disponibility like the others. What we can do? Can we have a desalination system? Yes or no? If yes, let's invest. What is the time of payback of this? So we have to look always to each point and part inside of the business, and with the people, with the trust and with the engagement with all of the players, because this is not us, it's the tourism of Portugal, is like João said, we are partners, we are friends and partners. This is the point. We have to look to each other, see the best of each one, and improve and be better tomorrow. This is the secret of Vila Vita, the experience of the guests, and this is the mindset of the guests. They expect this.
So we are all the time talking about passion. Okay? He's doing the things with passion, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and measuring with...
Is the key for everything.
So, sustainability and transformative experiences also involve the local community, regional economy, technology, and innovation. João, the regional economy collaborates with tourism to shape sustainable tourism practices, which benefit both parties. The region supplies the commodity needs. Sustainability and transformative experiences also involve the local community. Are we able to supply the endogenous products that we need to fit this trend? Yes.
Okay, so of course there are always gaps between the demand and the offer, and this joint venture that we have to encourage between what is produced in a region and what can we do to embrace that opportunity and to encourage local producers to develop these activities. And for instance, even before we got here, I was talking to André about their experience of producing olive oil, and we are developing the same. So even within our resorts or our facilities, we can work with local producers and develop opportunities even within our plots. So this balance between what is produced and what we can sell to tourists is also a virtuous circle in a matter that we are stimulating the activities that are providing goods in a close range.
Let me be a little bit more provocative. You have the ocean, the restaurant, the Michelin restaurant. Everything that you have there is local goods.
We cannot be hypocrite in order to say that we are 100% this like that. What we have to have, I will say again, is a commitment and respect by the locals, saying by this. The menu, of course, is 100 or 99.9% design in order to fulfill the respect for the region, for the culture from these people, and of course, from Portugal. So, yes, we try to manage the menu and the seasonality of this menu in order to have the products according to the seasonality, products from the region, and of course, the maximum from the region. And now we are developing also a farm in-house in order to have from the farm to the fork a bigger control and of course a different experience to the guest. Like João said, the chemicals that we use for the golfs is the same. We have to look to this like the nice and funny word that now is the phytopharmacs, because the chemicals is too strong to say this. But yes, it's true, is the phytopharmac that we use have to be eco-label, the maximum and trust and respect
So
for everything.
we need to keep on pushing the producers to supply the restaurants in the Algarve, okay? If we want to have some transformative experiences. Just to finish, Luís, digital platforms and smart tourism are misused to define a sustainable destination. Is being smart the same of being sustainable?
I would say. Nice one. That is a nice one.
1 minute.
Yes, okay. So I will answer in a nutshell. I guess I should say that you cannot be smart without being sustainable. You cannot have a smart destination because it's one of the trends nowadays, and I think it's the more clear path that we are, even as we speak in the Algarve Tourism Board in the region, we are building on that objective. We are creating conditions to have a smart destination, not only in plans but also in action. But I think in a nutshell, that clock is very unsettling. We cannot be smart without being sustainable. Even the pillars of a smart destination integrate sustainability as one of the main focus for development. Together with the ICT, together with accessibility, you have sustainability as a key factor for developing a smart destination.
Okay. I would like to thank my panel for this very enthusiastic discussion that ends with the passion and trust and engagement to what they are doing. They are all the all of them very involved on what they are doing. And when we are very involved in, we are transforming ourselves. So the key to transform is to be involved, I think. A big thank you for the invitation to moderate this panel, and also